Hey guys, welcome back. Uh, haven't uploaded a video in a while, um, except for the Dark Magician Knight deck, like I don't know, maybe a week ago. I I haven't really played that much of the game, basically just because the power creep is kind of ridiculous. Um, it's not that fun to, um, just get creamed by meta decks all the time when you're playing a fun deck. So, and everybody on Dev Pro basically, plays meta decks and stuff. So, I usually just play against the bot, which is, it's fun enough for me. Anyways, this is my new Dark Magician build. It's set up for the Link format, which DevPro hasn't gotten really yet. I mean, it updated like a few days ago, but it basically broke the entire thing. So I ended up just getting a new launcher. So here we go. Obviously, 3 Dark Magician, because you need 3 Dark Magician in a Dark Magician deck. It's staple, right? 3 Magician and Dark Illusion. I'll talk about that later. 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician, because she's another body on board that she can special summon herself from the hand and then search Dark Magician. She also pumps for 2,000. I've had one of my Dark Magicians in one of my older builds where I was running 3 get up to like 9,000 something with 3 of her. So 1 Choco Magician Girl, or I guess it's called Chocolate Magician Girl now. Obviously it's just more bodies and 1 Summoner Monk. I was running in an earlier build. I was running 2 Summoner Monk and like 1 Chocolate Magician Girl and 1 Prisma. I completely cut that. I'm not really running a rank 4 engine anymore. I'm only running these 2. Triple Rod, because obviously Rod you need 3 of. It's also another body and another name. You'll see why later. Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy. This is a new ad out. It's a level 2. It's not dark, but it is a spellcaster, so it's another name. I'm running 2 Eye of Timaeus. Normally I'm only running 1, but I decided to run 2 because I'm running more fusions. 1 Dark Magic Attack. I only really run 1. I'll sometimes run like 1,000 Knives as well, but you really only need 1 Dark Magic Attack unless they're running something like Starlight Road, which people don't really run anymore. So 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. This card is really good. Obviously it's spellcaster deck, so I'm also teching in the spellbooks. You'll see later. 1 Veil. I was running 3 Veil in a previous build, but I decided to cut back. 2 Secrets, obviously tiny spellbook engine. 2 Duality. I was also running 3 of this in a previous build, but it does get kind of cloggy, and I do like special summoning during my turn. And this is a new card, Magicalized Fusion. So if you don't know what this does, basically it's Dragon's Mirror for spellcasters, which is very, very good. It's not like OP good, and it's not like it makes the deck good. It's just one of, if you're running like Chaos Dragons or something, or especially like older formats, you'd run like 1 Dragon's Mirror and then a 5-headed dragon in the extra deck, and it's sort of like that. Running one Dark Magic Inheritance. You only need one. You could run more in this build because I am running a lot. I'm running the spellbook engine, so I'm getting more, spell cards in the graveyard. I'm only running one Illusion Magic because you want the cards on the field, and this card kind of tributes them. So you only really need one. Triple Circle because it's one of the best cards in the deck. Triple Navigation. You probably won't get 3 navigation off, but it's also a discard outlet for Illusion, Apprentice Illusion Magician. And running 3 is also good because it negates back row. While you have a Dark Magician on field, and you're running 6 names for Dark Magician. So 2 Eternal Soul. I was running 3 in a previous build, but it gets cloggy, so you only really need 2. 2 Strike, 1 Judgment, and 1 Warning. Basically, the Solemn Brigade wanted some more negation for this deck because it was severely lacking. I took out a lot of the cards that really rely on just having Dark Magician on the field, and added a lot more cards that I can just, float and stuff. So for the extra deck, I'm running 1 Quintet Magician. This guy is basically the 5-headed dragon of magicians. If you don't know, he came out at the same time as this Magicalized Fusion. He takes 5 spellcaster monsters. He's basically just like 5-headed dragon, Instead of dragons, he takes spellcasters. It must be Fusion Summon. If this card is Fusion Summon using 5 spellcasters with different names, that's why I'm running, different names. Then you get to destroy all the cards your opponent controls. It also can't be tributed or used as fusion material, so no Chimera Attack, Fortress, or Fortress Dragon, or Mega Float Dragon, or Mega Fleet Dragon, whatever it's called. Can't do that, can't kaiju it. So it's basically a 4500 beat stick that you get for free, almost. You use 1 card and you can banish all the materials from your graveyard. You go off or something, and then they just nuke your board with Torrential Tribute, because that's at 3 now, or something, and you play Magicalized Fusion, banish all the cards from your graveyard, and then summon this guy. I'm running 2 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. This guy is one of the newest cards for Dark Magicians. His name becomes Dark Magician while it's on the field or in the graveyard. And if you don't know how good that is, you can get him with Eternal Soul. That's how good that is. And that's really amazing because that's a 3000 beat stick that keeps coming back. And also, because this guy's name becomes Dark Magician on the field, Eternal Soul protects him. And with his second effect, your opponent cannot target, spawn, trap cards you control with effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. So, you basically have a tiny little lock if you have Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, and Eternal Soul on the field, because they can't destroy your back row, and then this guy's unaffected by card effects. So they have to beat over him. And if you're running triple of this guy, you can just keep her in your hand and, basically collude them. 1 Amulet Dragon, another one of those huge beat sticks that, because you are running 2 Optimize, you might as well run Amulet Dragon as well. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Basically, this deck doesn't have the OTK potential it used to. It does shave off a lot of your opponent's life points, but I'm not running Dark Magician of Chaos anymore. I'm not running the two quick play spell cards that pump by 1,000 or something. I'm not running those anymore. So you go off, you attack for 7,500, and then you go into this guy, and your opponent basically can't do anything. 1 Big Eye, you can run multiple Big Eye. 2 Ebon Illusion Magician. You can only run 1. You don't need to run 2 in this deck. In previous builds, this was really good. Ebon High Magician. This card's pretty good. I don't really go into him that often, but you can. Naruto the Moral Leader, because I'm running 6s. I might as well run Naruto the Moral Leader. I've had a couple times where I was going against the bot and I haven't drawn any Dark Magicians or anything, so I summoned 2 of this guy, went into Naruto the Moral Leader, ranked up into Ebon Illusion Magician, and then went into a Dark Magician that way. Running 1 Bagaska because I am running, these guys. I don't go into him like at all, so. And here's the biggest additions to the deck. I'm running 1 of Crowley, the Origin of the Prophecy. If you don't know this card, it's pretty new. It takes 2 spellcasters to link summon into it. It's a dark spellcaster monster. If this card is linked summon, you can reveal 3 spellbook cards with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks 1 and adds it to your hand. So you go into this guy, you activate the effect, you reveal Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, you reveal Knowledge, and you reveal Secrets. If you add Secrets or Prophecy to your hand, you can normal summon and then go into Summon Sorceress. Its other effect is so that you add it to your hand, and then the other effect is each turn level 5 or higher spellcaster monster you normal summon can be normal summon without tributing, which is actually pretty good in Dark Magicians. I don't use that effect very much. I normally just go straight into Summon Sorceress. Especially that's why I'm running triple of this guy now, because I found myself just running out of these guys. Because you have this guy, then Summon Sorceress, you use Summon Sorceress effect on him, and you get another one, and you go into Ebon Illusion Magician, and then you get a Dark Magician, and that's your play. And it's actually really good play. And then I'm also running Akashic Magician, just another, if you might as well, right? She bounces cards back to your hand or your opponent's hand, so. And then I'm running Binary Sorceress also, just for the sideways links. You don't have to run these 2 guys. I mean, the Prophecy guy and then Summon Sorceress are basically what you need. And then this side deck, I normally don't do side decks, but I decided to this time because I switched to a different software for playing the game. And so, I didn't have any cards down here, so I just decided to make a side deck. I put in 3 Ash just because Ash is basically really OP. If you didn't know, she basically negates searches, special summons from the deck, or from the deck to the graveyard, which is extremely OP. And she doesn't destroy, but she still negates searches basically for free. So, I think that's kind of OP. 3 Ogre. This card is also pretty good. It's not as good as Ash because it doesn't negate, it only destroys. So, if you activate it on something like Circle, that's really bad, Monster Reborn, if you didn't know, Monster Reborn is at 1 now, which is actually, Monster Reborn is still pretty OP. 3 Designator from the Grave. This card is the out 2 hand traps. Somebody activates Ash, you activate this, you banish it from the graveyard and negate the effect. And then monsters with the same effect or the same name have their effects negated. So for the rest of the turn, which is really good. 2 Secret Village. You can play this card because you're playing so many spellcaster names. You could totally just run this card at 1 or 2. And then Skill Drain. I played Skill Drain a while ago in a really old format. It's okay. It does hurt the deck a little bit, but your Dark Magician is normal. This guy can get around Skill Drain even because you normal summon this guy and then if you have illusion magic in your hand, you can immediately play illusion magic. He dodges the effect because his effect resolves in the graveyard, and then you get 2 Dark Magicians anyway. So there's that, but you don't really need skill drain. You know, skill drain hurts the deck a lot also. So, anyways, I really like this deck. Dark Magician is probably my favorite deck to play. This one was really easy to convert over to Lynx. I just added in one more of this guy. I wasn't running rank 4 engine at all for a while, so I added these guys back in, and I put it into Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, as well as this. And these link. So I basically cleared out the extra deck. I did have space after I cleared out the rank 4 engine I was running to add link monsters. That's why I cleared out the rank 4 engine to add link monsters. So, anyways, if you guys enjoyed, thanks. Anyways, so see you guys next time. Bye.